is a solution to the practice problem proposed at the end of the Boolean expression video that's in the same playlist. So the goal is to write these 6 methods that return booleans. So I'm going to go ahead and create the class that's going to hold all of these. So it's going to be a new Java class, Boolean expression practice. Double click to make the left pane go away. Add in my main method. Okay, so the first one is a method that returns if a given string contains a given letter. So that's just going to be public static Boolean contains, does contain, and I'm going to take in a string word and look for a char letter. So I'm going to return word.index of letter is not equal to -1. And that's it, because word.index of returns a -1 if it doesn't contain that letter. So by saying not equal to -1, I'm checking to see if it does contain that letter. A method that returns if a given whole number is odd. So just like in the tutorial for this one, I know that a number modded by 2 is even if it is 0 and odd if it's a 1. So I'm going to do public static Boolean is odd, and then take in a whole number, so int num. I'm going to return if num mod 2 is 1. And you can put in parentheses if that'll make you more comfortable with the order of operations. And that's it for that one. And then this one is a method that returns if a given non-whole number would round up. So public static Boolean would round up. Take in double num. Okay, so for this one, I need to check to see if it would round up. And remember that doubles mod in the same way that integers mod. So I can do num mod 1 should give me just the decimal part. And then I want to know that if that is greater than or equal to 0.5. And that's it. That should tell me if it would round up, doing the normal rounding convention. Okay, a method that returns if a given whole number is a common multiple of 2 and 3. This basically means if it is divisible by both 2 and 3. So public static Boolean is common multiple of 2 and 3. I'm going to take in int num again. Okay, so now I have int num, and I want to return that num mod 2 is equal to 0, and num mod 3 is also equal to 0, because that'll tell me that it's divisible by both 2 and 3. Okay. A method that returns if a given string contains more than one word. And again, we said that in the tutorial we talked about how more than a word was just a series of characters that are divided by a space if there's more than one of them. So public static Boolean is multiple words, string S. Okay, so for this one, we already have a method that tells us if something contains a certain letter, right? And in this case, we just want to check to see if S contains at least one space. So what I'm going to do is return does contain S and then a space. And that's it. This is a case where one method is just a more specific version of another, so you should go ahead and use it. In the same way, I could edit this to be not is odd no, right? Because this was num mod 2 equals 0, and this is num mod 2 equals 1. So this is odd is just the negation of that. Okay? And the final method is one that returns if a given whole number has a 4 in the hundreds place. So public static Boolean has 4 in hundreds place. That's a whole number again, so int num. Okay. So, how do we get the number that's in the hundreds place? First step is to get rid of the numbers that are to the right. So what we're going to do is do int hundreds place is equal to num divided by 100, right? So now we've got it shifted over 2 places. So now the hundreds place is in the ones place, and then we want to mod it by 10. And that'll get rid of all the numbers that are to the right. Okay? Now we want to return hundreds place is equal to 4. Cool. So now that's worked through. We want to call each method twice, once with the true, once with the false, and then give it an appropriate label. So in the tutorial, we called all of them and assigned them to variables, and then we did all the print statements. For this, I'm just going to do all the print statements straight, and then call the methods straight inside of those print statements. So system.out.println, and I'm going to go ahead and copy this whole thing. 2, 3, 5, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. So I want to say stars does contain S. Plus does contain starts S. Cool. Now I'm going to say walrus does contain X. Call it does contain walrus. And X. You know what? Let me move this over so we can see everything that's going on. And this should be a character, so single go is odd. I'm going to say 7 is odd. 7. 38 is odd. 32.7 would round up. round up, 32.7, 15.2, we would round up, plus we would round up, 15.2, 12 is a common multiple 2 and 3, plus is common multiple of 2 and 3, 12. 31 is a common multiple of 2 and 3, plus is common multiple 1. And then we have its multiple words, so hello world is multiple words, plus is multiple words, hello world, and then hello world is multiple words, plus is multiple words, hello world, and finally has 4 in hundreds place. So 12, 4, 40, 53 has 4 in hundreds place, plus 6785 has 4 in hundreds place, plus has 100 place. Okay, so now we have all of our methods there, and just like in the tutorial, we want to have a new line character between each of these sets. So I'm going to do a new line scoop, every 2 like that. Okay, so I'm going to run and then run to create that configuration we need, and select Boolean expression practice, and it's running. Ooh, I made a mistake. I did print everywhere when I should have been doing println, so now everything's all smushed up against each other. Let me fix that. So I can do double Alt on my Mac, and it would be double control on a Linux, and do new line, and rerun it by hitting the green triangle. And it's running now. And there we go. It's all true, false, just like we expected. Okay. And that is the end. I hope that was helpful.